Good morning and welcome to Gentle Yoga with Tanya. I'm Tanya and I will be guiding you through our very gentle practice today. So a few things before we get started. We will be moving to a some standing poses at a certain point. So if transitioning from seated to standing is a bit tricky today for you, please make sure that you have something on hand to help you make that movement safe. And it could be a wall, it could be a chair, it could be a person, a partner helping you out, whatever it is. But just know that we are going to be making that transition, so that you do want to do that in a safe way. And also, I always keep my handy dandy towel here. I do like to sit on it when we're doing our practice. It's just helps things feel a little bit better, keeping our hips in a really great place. Use one, don't use one, your choice. But if we are seated for a while and you do start to feel a little uncomfortable, please try putting a blanket under there, because I think you'll really enjoy it. Very comfortable. And comfort is the name of the game, right? Today we want to make sure that we are safe, we are comfortable, and that you are practicing in the way that makes sense for you. Okay, with that being said, let's get started. We're going to start rubbing our hands, bringing some warmth here, and just breathing nice full breaths, allowing that abdomen to rise on the inhale and sink on the exhale. And as you're bringing warmth to your hands here, let's let your mind choose an intent for class today. Choose something that will inform your movements, maybe act as an anchor for your movements or your thoughts, or maybe provide you with a special goal or a way that you want to feel when we're all done here today. I've got a few seconds to just sort of sink in. And then we're going to bring your nicely warmed hands just to the back of your neck here, right where your skull meets your spine. And we're just going to very gently, I'm saying squeeze, but it's less than that. It's just a little pulse. It's like a pulse and release. Pulse and release. And you want to make sure that you're still breathing nice and steady as you're doing this motion. And you're just working your way down to the tops of your shoulders. Just really beginning the process of releasing here, of stimulating, of awakening, and of just undoing any stress or tension. There we go. So nice, right? Just some gentle massages. Just let that shake out. It's kind of like you're shaking water off your hands, right? So let's put our pinkies together. We're going to inhale and bring your arms all the way up if it's okay for you. And then when you exhale, let your fingertips brush forward all the way across to your collarbone. We're going to do that a handful more times. And if going all the way up doesn't feel right for you, if it's causing any stress or pain or just feels really uncomfortable, it's totally okay for you to go even just this far. Whatever you can give, whatever your body is saying, yes, that's okay for me, that's what's going to give you the most benefit. So if it looks different than mine, but you're still breathing and you're still moving, you're still doing a great job. So let's do it again, pinkies together, breathing in if you're going all the way up. Well, breathing in if you're not going all the way up, to be honest. Just breathe in. And then exhale, let those fingertips come from your shoulder blades all the way forward, not really pressing heavily. It's just a nice, slow press forward, a little more firm than a brush, but not a full press, right? And let's do that a couple more times, breathing in. Exhale, coming forward. Feels so nice, right? 2 more times like that. Pinkies together, breathing in. Teeth are unclenched, shoulders are down and separated as you pull forward. Very last time. Pinkies together, inhale. And release. And bring it all forward. So let's take a second to talk about our breath here. I'm going to, throughout our practice, and for those of you who've been with me know that it comes up all the time. Breath, breath, breath. It's even on my shirt today. Breathe, right? Just in case I forget to remind you, my shirt is helping you out. But I want you to take one hand and put it on your abdomen and one hand here on your chest. And we're just going to do a gentle inhale and exhale. And just notice what's happening with your body as you're doing that motion. The inhale and the exhale. Right? This hand that's on your abdomen is moving because your abdomen is moving on the inhale and exhale. So as we go through our practice here today, and I'm talking about breathing, this is what I'm talking about. I want you to really think about what this area is doing, what your diaphragm is doing, what that movement is here, okay? We want to make sure that we're taking nice, full breaths so that we're getting rid of the old air and bringing fresh air in to keep everything clean, everything moving, and everything working in a way that works best for us. So from here, let's just do some gentle massages. I'm going to take my right hand, and you're just going to very nicely, again, just like a pulse, just to squeeze and release by your neck, on your shoulders. And again here, if reaching back too far is uncomfortable, if maybe you've had a procedure recently or you're just feeling really tender in that area, you don't have to go back this far. You can start right here and just go around here. That's okay too. Whatever feels right for you. Squeeze and release. And while you're doing this, breathe, right? On these warm-ups and these actions where it feels just really good, sometimes I realize I am holding my breath. So please remember that as we are doing this nice soothing motion here, that we're not holding breath. And let's switch sides and go to the other side. And again, I'm reaching back fairly far, but you should only reach back as far as you want to, right? You don't have to, it's not like I've got to get back to that shoulder blade back there. You don't. You can just go right here and you're just a little pulsing, right? Just little, we want to treat every part of our body tenderly. Yeah, we don't want to shock it. We don't want to make our system overwrought. We want to just wake it up, stimulate it, and let it know that all is well. Okay? There you go. Nice and easy. Feels so good. And from here, let's do some shoulder rolls. Very nice. And now I'm going to pick up my elbows for my shoulder roll and do it this way. If this is more comfortable for you, then please keep doing it that way. But if you would like to join me in our elbow braiding shoulder rolls, let's do that. And when we're doing these, you want to make sure that your elbows stay back like this, your shoulders stay back. We're not scooching forward here like this, okay? So nice and easy. Breathing while you do it, and you can make them bigger as you go. So because we are giving some love to our shoulder joints here, you may hear some little clicks and ticks. It's totally fine. See, mine's talking to you right now. It's okay. If it's accompanied by pain, you're going to want to stop this motion as quickly and easily as you can. But if it's just a little click, that's just your body letting you know that, you know, more of these would be good. Okay, let's stop and switch directions. Releasing that synovial fluid in our joints is a great way to make sure we don't have those little clicks and ticks. And this is one way that we can help that. So you can gradually get bigger if you want, or you can keep it small. Breathing as you go, whichever path you're choosing, make sure you are breathing. Very nice. And let's let that stop. I'm going to make one little change here. A little technical difficulty, just ignore me. There we go, friends. All right, so from here, we are going to be seated for a little bit too, so just want to let you know that today. We are just going to raise our shoulders up on a breath and then do a really big exhale. So breathing in and exhale. Very nice. So let's breathe in. And exhale. One more time, breathing in. And exhale. Very nice. Let's do some neck movement here. So we're going to breathe in. And as you exhale, go ahead and just turn your chin and the rest of your neck towards the right. And then breathe in back to center. And as you exhale, look towards your left. And then inhale towards the center. And then exhale to the left. So inhale center. Exhale left. Inhale center. And we'll do one more time each side. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale back to center. Very nice. All right. So we're going to do a little stretch here, a little bound angle. This is where if you haven't been sitting on a folded blanket or a towel, you may want to. It makes it a lot more comfortable. And I always feel a little more stable when I'm doing it that way. But again, it's your call. You may not need it at all, and that's totally fine. So I do have my feet together, and you can bring them in as close to you as you want, or have them out as far as you want. It's your comfort level, okay? And we are just going to breathe in here. And then I want you on the exhale to just hinge forward here, right at your hips, and just hinge. Keep that back straight, keep everything aligned here, and then inhale, straighten. And then exhale, hinge again. We're not going to fold over just yet. We're just getting the body ready, letting it know what's coming. And breathe in. And this time when we release, you can release all the way if you want, letting everything drop. Or if that's not okay for you, if you're feeling some extra pressure back here on your spine, you don't have to release all the way to get a really beautiful stretch. You can use a block if you have one and just rest on the block like this, or you can just kind of stay here and just breathe here. Okay? If it's okay for you and you do want to release completely forward, please do that too. And notice if on the exhale you find yourself sinking a little bit more into this pose. Just a noting. Is your body moving in the pose? Couple more breaths here. And on your next inhale, very, very, very slowly, walk your hands back towards your body. Let your head be the last thing to come up. We're just unwinding our spine here. And release. We're going to do that to the right. Okay, so we're going to breathe in and exhale, and I just want you to put your left hand on your right knee and twist. And then inhale back to center. And then exhale, put your right hand on your left knee and twist, or left, you know what I'm saying, twist to the right. And just hold here for a little bit. Couple of breaths. We have a couple of twists planned for today, just as a way of stimulating, getting all our digestive system going, massaging our organs a little bit, just sort of a little bit of a house cleaning day for our body. Breathing in. And on your next inhale, come back to center. And then on your next exhale, we're going to go the other way. So exhale, put that right hand on your left knee and twist. And then back to center. And then exhale again. And let's hold it here. Nice and easy breath. Think about that abdomen. Notice that movement on your inhale. And then exhale. And then inhale to center. Beautiful. So just one more thing here seated, and then we're going to move to table and traditional cat-cow, a balancing pose, and then we'll go to standing. Okay, and then we'll be back down on the floor, just to give you a heads up on what we are doing. So I am going to go back to, let's stretch out a little bit. Actually, do some windshield wipers, right? Just putting your hands by your hips and just doing a little rock, releasing here. Boy, that feels good. But we've had our legs crossed for a little bit, so let's our legs, let's roll those ankles, whichever direction you choose. It's totally fine. Just switch directions after a little bit. Very nice. Good job. All right, let's put them back here. We're going to do some circles here. So again, if you're on your blanket, just make sure that your hips are nice and even and everything is completely on the mat. I have my hands here on my knees, and we're going to inhale. I'm just going to the right and just making a circle with your body. And then as you exhale, tuck that abdomen in, do a little pelvic tilt, and you'll feel it towards the back. And then as you come towards the front, inhale again. Smiling as you go. And then exhale as you come toward that back side. We're not in any rush with these circles. We are massaging our organs. This is really great, and I've had students let me know that when we have done these in class that it has really helped them when they've just been feeling stuck, let's say. It's a great way to release. It's also a great way to relieve if you are feeling a little extra bloated, or you're just even in this humidity when we all just kind of feel like sort of full. This is a really nice way to help release that. And we're going to switch directions here. So we're going to go back the other way. Exhaling to the back. Coming forward. Exhaling to the back again. Just a couple more times. And we just want to keep everything nice and steady and even. Very nice. And let's pause that here. Well done. Good job. And we are going to come into cat-cows. So if you are feeling a little tender in the wrists and you don't want to put your hands down for cat-cow, you can always do it this way, exhaling here, inhaling forward, right? Exhaling here, inhaling forward. But if you're feeling like you're ready, then let's come into table. Something to think about in table here is that your hips should be over your knees and your shoulders should be directly over your hands, and you want to give me a nice big wide base here with your hands, a nice jazz hand, so you really notice all the points of your body that are in contact with your mat. You really think about your knees and your hands here, giving yourself a nice solid base. We're going to begin on an exhale as we tuck. So exhale and tuck. Inhale and come forward. And then exhale and tuck. Inhale and forward. This is a nice stretch for your spine. If you're having one of those days where everything is feeling just a little tender back there, a little achy, exhale. Inhale. Smile as you come up, so you know that your teeth aren't clenched. And then exhale, tucking everything in. Inhale up. And exhale. Beautiful. One more. Inhale. And then exhale to center. We're going to take a second here and just roll your wrists because we are going to do a balance pose. I just want to get the circulation going in these guys. Do a little spirit fingers here. Woo, right? Okay. So come back up on all fours for me. Same position as before. You want to make sure that your shoulders are above your wrists. Hips are above your knees. And we're going to do a little bit of a balance here. So I want you to inhale and just put your right hand out, your right arm, just like this. And just breathe here. And on your next exhale, go ahead and either lift your left leg or let your toes connect with the mat. Just a little balance pose here. Breathing in. And you can look out over the tops of your fingertips here. And again, you can have your leg up or you can have it down, whichever works best for you in this pose. Breathing here, one more breath. And release. Nice, let's do the other side. If being up on the wrists is starting to feel a little bit much, you can do it down here too. Just be super cautious and careful about what your body is doing and how. Okay, so let's breathe in, put your hand forward. Looking out over your fingertips, and as you exhale, bring that right leg either straight back, or again, you can let the toes connect to the mat, whichever works better for you. Breathing here, nice and steady, keeping it strong. Lifting a little higher if you can, or off the ground if you can, if it's bent down on the mat. It's okay for you. Breathing here. Exhale, release. Very nice. Let's bring your feet, your knees, these guys, to the edges of your mat. If you have tender knees or they're not feeling, this is a position that kind of bothers you a little bit, one of the things that you can do to help alleviate that is to put a little cushion back there. And we're just going to do child's pose for a little bit. Just a couple of breaths here to sort of release that last little balance move that we were doing. So just let your arms come out nice and luxuriously stretching out just like a little cat. Let your forehead come to your mat. If this is too far down, you can always give yourself a little base here with your fists. That's fine too. Whatever works best for you. If your arms are stretched out in front of you, feel free to stretch, stretch, stretch. Or if that's uncomfortable, you can keep them closer too. No worries. We're just going to stay here for a couple of breaths to reset. Breathing in and out. Noticing the movement of the lower back as you inhale and exhale in this pose. And on your next inhale, just gonna slowly, 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 slowly come all the way up. Letting your neck be the last thing up. Reset those shoulders. We are going to come to a standing pose, so if you do need the help of a wall or a chair or a bolster, if you want to do a down dog and step forward, so many choices. I am just going to come up and step into my standing like this, and then just unwind my spine one vertebra at a time. Slowly, slowly, and come up. So you choose whichever way works for you. I'm also going to just adjust because I feel all wrinkly now. Very nice. So while we're here and standing, I'm going to put my feet apart, pretty far apart, and just swing. My eye gaze is toward the floor. And then as I get going here, I'm trying to look back at my heel, my opposite heel as it lifts. If this is too much of a twist, if this is torquing your knees or it doesn't feel right, you can just kind of keep it here. That's okay too. It's all okay in yoga, friends. All right, we're going to let that swing come to a stop. And shake it out a little bit. We're going to do some hip rotations. So for these, stand with your feet a little wider than hip width apart, not too much. And then you're just going to step forward, okay, with your right foot. Put your right hand on your right hip, left hand on your waist, and you're just going to let this hand guide your hips. Just some gentle rotations. Very nice. So, as an alternative, you guys keep going, okay? I'm just going to show you an alternative because I know I have some friends that this might not feel so great for their hips. So if you are near a wall, as an alternative, you can do just a little stretch here. Just let your toes come up, just kind of face your wall and just do a little stretch here on the wall as we do the hips. That's okay, you can do that, or you can just wait for us in mountain pose if this one really doesn't feel good for you. But if you are able to do it, then keep going. Let's switch directions. We've been going that way for a little while. And you can make them really big and swing them around like this, or you can kind of keep them nice and small. Again, it's your choice, right? And I have both my knees bent a bit. My right knee is, my front knee is bent a little bit more, but my back knee is bent too, because you want to make sure that you're not locking it and that you're, that would not be helpful when you're doing this movement to have that locked, right? A little weird pressure back there. All right, so let's stop. Switch directions. Good job. Right, that. So now my left knee is in front. My left hand is on my hip. My right hand is on my waist. We're just going to rotate around, just really loosening up those hips. Just making everything feel really great. And again, as big or as small as you want to go. I'm not there with you, so, well, I am with you, but you know what I'm saying. So I will need to make sure that you are comfortable doing this. So go as big or as small as you know you can do. and go the other way. Beautiful. Very nice. And let's stop that motion. Good job. And we're going to do a high lunge. Okay, so I'm going to turn this way again. This way meaning to my right. I'm going to take a deep breath in. My feet are just about hip width apart. Okay, we're going to inhale in and just step your right foot forward and bend that knee. This back leg can come back a little bit. My toes are facing my forward heel here, and I am going to do a little bit of a bend. Okay, my hips are going to be forward. Right now they're talking to you, so they're not forward, but they are going to be forward. We're going to inhale those arms up, shoulders down and separated, and we're just going to breathe here. We're going to squeeze that pelvis nice and tight. You'll feel it in your quads. This is a great quad strengthener. A really beautiful way to keep this area nice and strong. And you want to make sure that your knees aren't sinking in a little bit, right? You want to make sure that your knees are staying right over your ankle bone there. You should still be able to see those top two toes of yours. Breathing here. Inhale. And if your arms start to feel a little tired, you can always just put them on your hips. You just want to make sure everything is tucked, everything is strong, everything feels firm. Breathing here. Let's do one more. Inhale and exhale from here. And on your next inhale, we're going to release up. Very nice. And you can just adjust a little bit, shake it out. Remember to breathe. Right, so let's do the other side. I just did my right leg, so I'm going to do my left leg now. Feet hip width apart. Breathing in, shoulders down and separated. Step forward. Bend that knee, and again, make sure that your knee is over your ankle bone and that you can still see those first few toes, right? And then this back leg, using my wall for support here. My back leg is bent, and my toes are facing my ankle. I will say, if it doesn't feel good for your back leg to have your toes that way, you can go ahead and go into, you can turn them out a little bit if that feels better for you. Please go ahead and do that. Just make the adjustments you need to be safe and confident and comfortable in this pose. Okay, so breathing here, hips are forward. That back leg, the bend can go as deep or as little as is comfortable for you. We're going to arms up and just breathe into the pose here. Nice and steady. Shoulders are down, teeth are unclenched. You're smiling because you're having a great time. And this feels strong and amazing. Breathing here. Let's do one more full breath. Inhale. Exhale. And on your next inhale, let's gently release. Ooh, that feels good. Just kick it out a little bit. Right. Very nice. Let's do some breath work from here. So let's breathe in. And then as you exhale, just let your hands come to your heart center for a second here. Think about what your body is doing right now. You want to make sure that my legs are a little bit wider than hip width apart. It's just where they're comfortable for this. You can move them in if you want. It's totally fine. We're going to breathe here. Inhale, arms up. I'm looking up towards my fingers. I'm going to clasp my hands and let my pointer fingers point like a rocket to the ceiling and just arch a little bit. And then exhale, come up and bring them down. right? So then we're going to inhale. Fingers are going to point up. Inhale. Follow the path of your fingertips. Give that back a nice little arch. Keeping your knees soft. And then exhale, straighten everything. Come back to your heart center. Right? So inhale up. Arch back. And exhale. Very nice. We're going to do one more standing pose. We're going to do a standing twist. Promised you twists today, so we are going to do one more thing. I will say for this that if you have a chair handy, if today is a day where you're feeling like balance might not be your best friend, then go ahead and grab a chair. You can do this one with a chair. You can do it next to the wall if you want, or you can just not cross your feet. But what we are going to do, I'll show you first, and then we'll do it together. You're going to take your right foot, cross it over, okay? Inhale up, and then we're just going to twist to the right side, okay? And then back to center, and then we'll twist to the left, okay? So if you do need to hold on so that you can get that nice cross, that's great. And you want to think about your legs here. You want to make sure that you're not back so far that you're hyperextending this back knee here. It's just a light cross. So everything is still soft. Everything is still a little bent here. Everything is still in a nice sort of shape this way, okay? So cross that leg over. We're going to inhale up. Exhale, twist. And you're just going to let your eye gaze go towards your back hand, like as if you're trying to look over those back fingertips. And just breathe here. If you're holding onto the chair, it would be with this outer hand here so that you can increase that twist and hold your balance. But if you're not using a chair, then just let that arm kind of go. Okay, or you can put it down here as well. It's your choice. And then on an inhale, we're going to bring it back. Exhale here, inhale up, and go to the other side. I'm making an adjustment for space by bending my back arm. So if you need to do that as well, go ahead. Or you can just put both hands on your hips too and turn. The arms are, of course, important, but the twist is the focus of this pose. So breathing here. And then exhale to center. Very nice. Let's change it up. Walk on your feet a little bit, loosen it up, and then we're going to go to the other side. Okay, so again, if you need the chair for balance, or if you're standing next to a wall, hold on tight because we're crossing. So take your other leg, your left leg, cross it over. And again, placement, you want to make sure that you're not kicking it back so far that your hips are weird and that you're hyperextending that back knee. You want to just kind of keep everything nice and soft and straight here. So inhale. And then exhale, twist. If you want to do a wrap, you can. Breathing here. Notice if you're twisting a bit more on that exhale. And inhale back to center. And exhale to the other side. Breathing here. One more breath. And inhale back to center. And release. And unwind. You did it! So we are going to go back to the floor. Clean up my space. I made some wrinkles. So to get back down, to the floor, I'm just going to take a nice big inhale here. Exhale. And I'm going to come forward. If you want to fold completely and squat, you can. But again, please be mindful of the strain that might be putting on your spine here and on your neck area. So if that doesn't feel okay, then just come down like this. That's fine too. Or hold on to a chair or a wall or whatever you need to do that. Okay? So from here, we are going to lower yourself down. I have my hands behind my knees, and we're going to lower one vertebrae at a time, nice and easy, down to the mat. We're going to do some wind relievers, okay? So let's just start by bringing both legs in. And on your next exhale, bring your knees towards your chest. And on your next inhale, push them away. And on your next exhale, bring them in. And on your next inhale, push them away. Exhale in. Inhale away. Exhale in. Inhale away. This one's a little different. We're going to exhale, feet towards the ceiling. Inhale, legs bent. Exhale, knees towards your chest. So inhale away. Exhale, legs up. And we're going to hold here for a couple of breaths, if it's okay for you. This is a great release here. We're encouraging this flow, this return. It's a great way to sort of refresh our whole system. If you're near a wall and you want to do this against the wall, that's okay too. We are going to be here only for another breath or so. And on your next exhale, just go ahead and release your feet all the way to the mat. And on your next inhale, bring your right knee in. Here. Exhale all the way. Inhale out. Exhale in. Inhale out. Exhale in. Inhale out. And release. Okay, let's do the other leg. So bring it in. And on your next exhale, come all the way in. Inhale out. Exhale in. Inhale out. Exhale in. Two more. Inhale out. Exhale in. Inhale out. And release. Very nice. Now bring both legs in and just rotate around. Give yourself a nice sacral massage here. Roll it up. And then switch directions. Very nice. Okay. And from here, we're going to do a little bit of a laying spinal twist. So I have my feet, just nice and comfy here on my mat. My shoulder blades are down. I'm going to put my arms out to the side like I'm making a letter T, okay? And then I'm just going to raise my right leg and let it just cross over my left. Scoot my hips towards my right side, and then just let my legs come over. So the thing you want to think about here is keeping that right shoulder flat on your mat. So if it's uncomfortable for you to bind your legs like that, you can just put them like this, okay? But if you can, go ahead. That's a nice little element here. And just breathe. And if you want to look towards your right hand, you can. Breathing here in this gentle moment. One more breath here. Inhale. And exhale. And then just very gently release and unwind. Bring your hips back to center, and we're going to go to the other side, okay? So bring your left leg up. Let it cross over if it's okay for you. Scoot your hips towards the left and just release down. And again, think about this left shoulder. You want to make sure that it's hanging out right on the mat. And turn my head towards my left hand and just breathe here. Nice and easy. Comfortable breaths. You can close your eyes or you can keep them open. Your choice. One more breath here. Inhale. Exhale. And then very gently unwind that pose. Very nice. Oh, very nice. So I'm going to come to a seated position because we are going to be getting ready for our Shavasana, or our final pose of our practice. So a couple things to think about for Shavasana to get ready is that you want to be super comfortable. Okay, so if you would rather do it in a chair, please go ahead and do it in a chair. But if you do choose to lie down, you may want to make sure that your lower back is completely flush with your mat. Okay, if it's not, you can put a blanket underneath there. You can leave your legs up like this. You can even put a support under there if you have a bolster or a large pillow and you want to put it in that space. Please feel free to do so. This is our most important, I would say, our most important pose of our class, because this is the moment where your body and your brain truly digests everything that we've just done, right? It's the moment that everything is solidified, okay? So once you're comfortable, you can take your eyeglasses off if you wish. This is the time to just, right? So let's take a second here, place your hand on your belly, and we're going to do some breathing together before we completely release. So we're going to breathe in for 4 and hold it, and then release for 4, okay? So breathing in, 2, 3, 4, and hold, and release, 2, 3, 4. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, and hold and release. 2, 3, 4. This time we're going to go to 6 if you can. If 4 is your top, then you can stop at 4. But if you can go to 6, come to 6 with me. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and hold and release. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more time, just like that. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and hold and release. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Beautiful. Let your hands fall to your side, palms up if it's okay for you. If palms down feels better, that's fine too. I'm actually going to sit up. I'm going to sit up during Shavasana today with you, friends, so that you can hear me. So as you're lying down on your mat, take this moment and notice how each part of your body feels as you're lying down. And give each part of your body permission to relax, to sink into this space, and to just breathe. It's the only job your body has right now, and your brain, is to just breathe. Your toes are relaxed, calves, knees, thighs, all of the muscles of our legs. Give them this moment of gentleness, of peace. There is nothing left for them to do right now. Your chest, shoulders, neck, everything can just be. Allow each part of your body to settle. Your eyes can gently close. And this beautiful space between your brows that furrows with our questions, that furrows with our concerns, is allowed to be smooth. There are no questions. There are no concerns in this space. We only breathe in and out. In and out. Your breath is this healing, continuous wave that cleanses, that refreshes, and that releases anything that no longer serves you, anything that no longer helps you be the healthiest and the most mindful you can be, can go. It's okay to set it free. And just welcome in this new sense of relief, this kindness, this tenderness, this sweetness that just flows through every part of your body. Head, chest, legs, toes. All smooth, all safe, all comfortable. Ready for the next moment. Ready for renewal. Ready for fresh. Ready for clean. In and out. And as you allow your being to completely settle into this space, allow your mind these words: I am. I am. I am. Allow this sense of well-being to comfort you as you go through the rest of your day. Very, very gently begin to bring movement to your body and your mind. Notice the sounds outside your room. Notice your breath. And begin to just move your feet, wiggle your toes, open and close your hands. And just let your body stretch in any way that feels comfortable for you in this space. Bring your knees into your chest. And begin to rock from side to side. And if you can go all the way over, great. But if it feels more comfortable for you to just gently rock, then please do that. And after a few rocks, go ahead and come all the way over to the side that feels strongest today. And just give yourself a pause here. One more chance to let the elements of our practice just settle into place. Breathing here. And then very gently bring yourself to easy cross-legged pose. And let's take a second here to reflect on what your intent was at class today, that phrase or thought or emotion or goal that you set when we first started. And just give yourself a second to acknowledge where you started and where you are now. Thank you for joining me. And I'm going to close with a namaste, but please feel free to close with whatever word brings you kindness and sends kindness towards others. And just taking it all in. Namaste.